want you to hit me as hard as you can.
It's here at last. Taika Waititi's Thor: Love and Thunder is here to bring some much-needed Marvel mayhem into the summer movie season. But how does Taika Waititi's movie stack up against the game-changing Spider-Man No Way Home or the Sam Raimi-infused Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? After all, that movie did give us zombie Doctor Strange. Is this Thor outing as good as Ragnarok? And does Natalie Portman own as the Mighty Thor? And finally, does Marvel have a great villain in Gorr the God Butcher? We'll reveal all in our exclusive and yes, spoiler-free review of Thor: Love and Thunder. So, one thing I should get off my chest is as much as I like Marvel movies, a bit of fatigue is starting to kick in. Shang-Chi was fun, but Eternals was an endless slog. Spider-Man No Way Home was a blast, but Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness was kinda hit and miss for me, despite the aforementioned zombie Doctor Strange. And what was with turning Mr. Fantastic into string cheese? It was kind of an inauspicious debut for that character, wasn't it? It was fine, but I went into Thor: Love and Thunder expecting more of the same despite being an admitted Thor Ragnarok fan. Well, mostly anyway, because to me it was 80% cool Taika Waititi weirdness, but about 20% Marvel filler. All that to say though, I absolutely loved Thor: Love and Thunder, and this might be my favorite Marvel movie since, I don't know, Avengers Endgame? Unlike Thor Ragnarok, this is 100% Taika Waititi madness. Some hardcore MCU fans may not dig the vibe, but you can for sure expect a little backlash, but for me, this was a total blast. Since we last saw him, Thor has ditched his dad bod, and Hemsworth seems more jacked than ever here. He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger around the time he made Conan the Destroyer. The guy is built. He's larger than life and seems to relish playing the wackier side of Thor, and he's great at it. He's in a contemplative place when we first meet Thor, with him spending most of his days annoying the Guardians of the Galaxy, who've been stuck with him and Korg for a while now, and seem eager to cut him loose. Meanwhile, on Earth, Thor's one-time lady love, Jane Foster, once again played by Natalie Portman, is fighting a losing battle against stage 4's cancer, but when Mjolnir calls her from New Asgard, she finds herself the new Thor and in the middle of a crazy adventure that reteams her with the real deal Thor. Sparks fly, and let me say, when you see her biceps as the Mighty Thor, peak Portman hotness. For real. She looks amazing and, like Hemsworth, seems to be having the time of her life. As the title suggests, this Thor adventure really is a love story, and a thoroughly engaging, often bittersweet one at that. Thor and Jane's breakup is brilliantly told by a montage set to an ABBA track, and man, do these two play well off each other here. Maybe that chemistry wasn't in full effect in the first two Thor movies, but Waititi pulls something special out of them here that's really great. Of course, everyone will be wondering how Christian Bale does as Gorr the God Butcher. Here's the thing about Bale. He never really phones it in, and he goes full on here, looking like he got into amazing shape for the part, and this is probably the fittest he's been since The Dark Knight Rises. And he chews the scenery maniacally at times, including a scene with a quasi-sock puppet that's so demented I'm shocked but also kind of delighted that Marvel allowed Waititi to keep it in. But you also have some empathy for him, with his plight expertly set up in the movie's intro. Russell Crowe hams it up in a fun part as a gluttonous Zeus who's down with orgies and human sacrifices, but not so much in the work department. Russell Crowe has never really been funny, but he has a great time here and seems kind of hysterical at times. Finally, there's Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie in a role that, to my surprise, actually seems smaller and more minor than you might think. I mean, she's in it a lot, but she doesn't really get a ton to do, although I'm sure they're just kind of paving the way for some kind of spin-off sooner or later, either on the big screen or on Disney+. This is thoroughly Hemsworth and Portman's show, and everyone else kind of disappears into the background. Well, except Korg. Korg gets a lot to do here with Waititi, once again, voicing the character. The director also has a lot of fun with the film's music, using no less than 3 Guns N' Roses classics, some ABBA, and even brings the movie in at just under 2 hours, which is pretty rare for a Marvel flick these days. There's no fat in the bone here. It's a lean, mean flick, and oh so much fun. I can't really go into it too much more here. Maybe you'll get some spoilers a little bit further down the line, but suffice to say, if you liked Thor Ragnarok, you'll love Thor, Love, and Thunder. And if you didn't like Thor Ragnarok, well, you may not love Thor, Love, and Thunder, but heck, I sure did. Give this one a super solid 9 out of 10.
Kids, get your popcorn now. Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey. Well, he got in shape. He went from dad bod to god bod. And after all that, he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane? The old ex-girlfriend.
What's it been like? 3, 4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, give or take.
Am I, sensing feelings?
Well, you're right.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
So this is my vow. All gods will die. I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
He's just my first bad guy.
You never forget your first.
You are not like the other gods of kill.
Because I have something worth fighting for.
Let's see who you are. I take off your disguise. And flick.
Oh, you flicked too hard, damn it!
Should we help him?
I mean, eventually. Grape.